What up, guys? The Bench Buddies are back, and AJ will be joining us for our power rankings video as well. We're just going to get right into it. Week 10 coming up. And, of course, we got the Lions still sitting in last place. You know, they might move up if they win a game. I got the Steelers this week, and, you know, still not looking good if you're a Lions fan.
Coming at number 31, we got the Texans. Kind of an ugly loss. The Dolphins could not get any offense going. Pretty sure Tyrod Taylor threw like 3 picks last week, but I mean this week they have a bye, so at least they won't lose.
That's always a positive.
Sad to say.
Jets. Everybody knew where they were going to be. They got another tough matchup this week against the Bills, and I don't see them moving up at all. They're just going to maybe move down, to be honest with you.
Yeah, basically all these bottom teams are just not moving much.
Yeah, I mean, you got the Dolphins who beat another 1-win team, so they moved up 1 just because the Jets lost, you know, pretty bad. And now they get the Ravens on Thursday night. So looks like they'll be staying down here for a while.
Yeah. Next, we got the Washington football team. Last week they had a bye. Have not been not a great season so far. Kind of a bad season. Like saying they should have been a lot better than they are. And they play the Bucs this week, so they're probably gonna be 2-7 after this week.
Got the Jags. This was actually my sleeper pick for this week, so I think they move up in the rankings. I think they beat the Colts in Indy. So.
And many more upsets. So if you haven't watched that other video, make sure you watch that other video.
26, you got the Bears after a heartbreaking loss to the Steelers on Monday night. They're going into a bye. You know, Fields looking to keep improving in the bye week, and hopefully this Bears team, you know, can turn it around and come pretty much after the bye week.
At number 25, we got the Philadelphia Eagles. Close game last week against the Chargers. Maybe should have won that one, but ended up not winning. This week they got the Broncos. I'm not taking the Eagles this week. I don't trust them enough on the road to go get it done in Denver. So same 25.
At 24, we got the Giants. They came off a big win against Las Vegas last week, a very big win. They got a bye this week, so obviously they're not going up or down, but they could turn their season around with a couple more wins. So
23rd, we got the Seahawks, and this will be a big week for them. If they can beat the Packers, you know, the Seahawks team still might have a shot at getting the playoffs. But if they lose this game, it's pretty much looking like, you know, you're not making the playoffs this year. But, you know, a good positive is Russ is back, and that's good, you know, not for just the Seahawks, but for the whole league as well.
Number 22, we got the struggling Carolina Panthers. They just got blown out by the Patriots, and they honestly have not played good since week 3, so they could be taking a fall pretty soon, especially without Sam Darnold. They just have not looked good. Playing the Cardinals this week, so it's not going to get much easier.
At 21, we got the 49ers. Their season really just hasn't amounted to as what it should be. They have the quarterback room is just a little flip-flop, and, I mean, you can't really trust one or the other. They have a big matchup this week against the Rams. If they can pull it off, I can see them moving up a lot, but I don't know. It's up in the air.
20th, we got the Falcons, and this team is definitely the most interesting team in football right now. At 4-4, and, you know, if they get a win here against the Cowboys, they'll for sure be moving up in the playoffs, because right now they're a 7 seed in the NFC, which is very interesting because they're only at 500. But nonetheless, this Falcons team deserves the credit for being 4-4, especially just because, you know what, they were the 4th or 5th pick last year. So they're a lot, you know, they're ahead of, you know, projections, you could say.
Next, we got a very underrated Vikings team. Played really well against the Ravens. Honestly, should have won that game. But this week they got the Chargers. It's going to be a tough one. Vikings have just been looking really good, and I don't know. I think if the Vikings win this, then they'll be up in the playoffs for sure. Also, wait, hold on. Unrelated note, Dalvin. You guys hear about Dalvin Cook? The allegations against Dalvin Cook?
No, he was the victim.
He was the victim, but
yeah,
pretty sure he had allegations against him. Pretty sure,
Coming in at 18th, we got the Broncos. Came off a big win against Dallas, basically 30-0, other than the last 5 minutes and just wash time. They have a big matchup against the Eagles at home. So if they win this game, I'm seeing a boost in the power rankings. They started the season out good and fell off, but if they can come back and get a win here, they move up. So.
Then at 17th, we got the Colts, and this team, very interesting team to look out for come playoff time. Is this record isn't really shows how good this team is, and that heartbreaking loss a few weeks ago to the Titans, they could easily be 5-4, but nonetheless, I think they'll get a victory this week and move to 5-5.
At number 16, we got the Bengals, and they just came off a very ugly loss to the Browns. Once everyone bought into to believe in their contenders, and then they drop a stinker like that. Good news, though, they have a bye, so they can get it figured out this week and next week, and not much happening for them.
At 15, we have the Browns. Big Steelers fan, but Browns are the real deal. They just blew out Cincinnati. They got a road matchup against the Patriots. It's going to be a big matchup to watch out for.
Then at 14th, we got your guys' Steelers. Good win, I guess, on Monday Night Football. The Fields left you too much time. And now you get the worst team in the league in the Lions, and hopefully, breeze by them.
At number 13, we got the Patriots. Again, this, like he said, big game this week. Slightly better than the Browns, slightly more favored in this game than the Browns. I believe they're 1-point favorites. But, I mean, if you saw the picks, I'm taking the Browns. I'm a little bit higher in the Browns, but Patriots could slide into this top 10 with a win.
At 12, we got the Chiefs. I'm not a big fan of them right now. They're really playing very sloppy. Mahomes is looking really, really rough. They came off a 6-point win against Green Bay without Aaron Rodgers. It should have been a blowout, but they got a big road matchup this week against the Raiders. I'm taking the Raiders in this one. So,
and speaking of those Raiders, they go in against the Chiefs, obviously, as you were just talking about, and this is a big game, not just for these two teams, but for who's going to be pretty much winning the division, it feels like, in the AFC West. And definitely it's the most competitive division so far this year. And, this Raiders team is pretty much go through adversity for, since John Gruden got fired with the Henry Ruggs incident, and their top corner, got cut for making some not smart decisions. But nonetheless, this Raiders team look like they can still, win some games somehow, and they've handled adversity pretty well.
Into the top 10 now. We got the Saints as our first one. They just lost to the Falcons 27-25. I think I kind of saw that coming. I just figured backup quarterback now. First game for Trevor Siemian, and I think that they're good, but that loss was inevitable, and I think they can keep it going this week.
Got the Chargers at 9. Chargers offense is booming, man. You got Herbert and you got Eckler and Keenan Allen and Mike Williams. They're just killing it. A little sus on the defense. They just came off a big win against Philly, and they got a very underrated Vikings team this week, and it could be a good matchup. So
at 8th, we got the Bills, and I don't know what there is to say about this Bills team after last week's performance. Josh Allen quarterback sucked, while Josh Allen defensive player was a beast out there. And hopefully the Bills, I'm assuming everyone's with me here on the Bills will bounce back, and I think they'll win big this week against the Jets.
Same type of thing for the Cowboys. I think they're going to bounce back. Last week against the Broncos was really ugly, basically a 30-0 loss. They didn't look good at all. But this week, I think they're going to bounce back against the Falcons and prove that they're the best team in the East.
Yeah, the Red Hot Titans at 6, man. They just look really, really good. I mean, they put Stafford in his place last week, man. And I can see them doing a lot of good things. AP's there now rushing the ball, so I got a lot of faith in him. This week against the Saints could be a big matchup. So
At 5th, we got the Ravens, who play tomorrow night against the Dolphins. And I expect them to get a win here and move to 7-2 as they look to, keep that sole possession of the AFC North and continue to make the case for Lamar for MVP this year.
At number 4, we got the Bucks. I feel like these top 5 teams, or maybe top 4, are the Super Bowl caliber teams. So obviously with Tom Brady, he's going off this week against the football team. So start him if you can, if you have him. A lot of points this week. That's about it. They're one of the best teams in football.
at 3rd, we got the Rams. Came off a bad loss against Tennessee. I got a big 8:20 Monday Night Football game against Niners. Big matchup. If they can get it done, I can see them moving it back up to 2 or maybe even 1. But it's something to watch out for.
And coming in at 2nd, we got my Packers. They can't be first just because they lost last week against Kansas City, but we can't drop them too much just because, they didn't even have their best player on the field in Aaron Rodgers because of COVID. But considering that they only lost by 6 to the Chiefs in Arrowhead, speaks about how much the Packers still have around them. And it really shows that the defense is finally a top 10 defense in the league, because you have guys that I didn't even know that were on the team last week making big plays around the goal line and limiting Mahomes, who's Patrick Mahomes still, to only 13 points.
Yes. And our number 1 team in the league are the Arizona Cardinals. I mean, they've just been the best team, one of the best teams in football all year. And after the loss of the Packers, they bounced back, beat the 49ers with their backup quarterback and without their best receiver. So once they get those guys back, they should be rolling again. Look for them to win the division this year is all I can say, But with that being said, that's all. That's our power rankings. If you guys enjoyed the video, leave a like, comment, subscribe. Until next time, Bench Buddies are out.
She never called back.